Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Witness That, the best parkour show on the internet. What we do here is we feature some of the greatest parkour videos coming up from all around the world. Today's episode, we're going to feature some. Actually, before we get started, I want to go on a quick rant. So if you don't want to listen to what I'm about to say, cool. Go ahead and fast forward to the videos. But I guarantee you that if you do take a minute to stop and listen to what I'm going to say, you can benefit from it. So last night I had the opportunity to be a part of a mentoring program for academically at-risk middle schoolers. These students were struggling in school and we had the opportunity to speak with them. They were asked to go around the room and state what subject they were having the most issue with and why they felt they were having that issue. Now, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and always assume that there is a problem, but these answers last night absolutely blew my mind. I was expecting to hear there's fighting going on at home, I don't have the tools to complete the homework, people aren't helping me, I'm seeking help and no one's giving it to me. But no, the answers I was hearing were the exact same answers over and over, just said in different ways. I'm not studying. I'm not doing the homework. I'm showing up to class, but I'm not prepared. Do you see the trend? All of these answers were self-inflicted problems. They were self-caused. If you want something, that means you want it bad enough that you're willing to work for it. Because there are two types of people in this world. Those that want it and those that want it more. Don't say you want it if you're not willing to work for it, because that's a lie and that's a waste of everyone's time if you're saying you want it but you're not gonna put in the work. Alright, so that's the end of my rant. Let's get back to the videos. Today, we're gonna feature our first video by 5th Unit x Scruff Boys. This video makes parkour look as cool as I know it really is. What I really like about this video is the late 90s tone set by the fisheye lens and the hip hop soundtrack. This video screams Thrasher magazine, and the pop-up Polaroid pictures are a really nice touch. What's most cool is none of the video editing takes away from any of the actual movement itself. Since I'm not from the UK scene, what I would like to see is name captions for the athletes as they appear on the screen. That way, if I was interested, I could follow them after the video and learn more about them, who they are and whatnot. We see it in skateboard videos when new skaters pop up on the screen, a little title bar shows their name, and that's all I'm asking for. Besides that, this video is a 9 out of 10. I really hope to see more videos like this. Parkour should start learning from skateboarding culture. Trap beats and drill rap go so well with parkour videos, at least in my opinion. This next video has some of that hype footage I was talking about. Team Skraplin, I don't know if I'm saying that right, from Denmark, drove out to Munich for 4 days and they absolutely threw down. And the music definitely helped set the tone for this entire video. This team definitely has a bit of swagger to their movement. This is another instance where I do not know who is who because there are no names anywhere in the video, which seems like it's gonna be the trend for today's clips. I am trying to find something to critique in this video, but I honestly liked the entire thing from beginning to end. The music flowed really well, although I would prefer less cursing. That way I could show this to some of my younger students. The tricks were landed clean, except for this one janky 360 dive roll. And at about 5.5 minutes, this video felt like the perfect length. I would give it an 8 out of 10. I really look forward to the team's next edit. This next video resonates with me because it opens up with a scene of Jackie Chan from The Drunken Master. Now, if you don't agree that Jackie Chan is the GOAT, then you can go ahead and just turn this video off because you don't deserve to watch the rest. But before you turn it off, hit like and subscribe. Okay, all jokes aside, Matthias Mayer has actually been killing it with these really interesting movement experiment videos. And his latest video is a personal favorite of mine. It's called Drunken Parkour Style. It's actually kind of funny how much control and coordination it takes to pull off these sort of movements. There's this one scene that he drunkenly walks off of a ledge onto a door that opens just in time for him to slide belly first down a handrail. Matt killed it with this edit. Team Ashigaru, you guys rock. Can everyone do me a favor and go to Matt's Instagram page right now and start tagging Jackie Chan? I think it would be ridiculously awesome if Jackie saw that video. He would probably get a huge kick out of it. The next two videos are going to feature some gym training. Up first is another sick edit from Team Satiru. These boys have been pumping out a ton of content this year. In this video, the team went up to 4 elements for a chill gym sesh. There were a couple of sketchy landings, but that is the point of going to a gym and laying down some mats. They show what progression and training should look like. Building lower risk setups and pushing your limits in a controlled environment is the key to progression. You don't just huck it outside for the gram and for the clout. This team seems like they have some strong bonds, and I would love to see that continue. Community bonds and lifelong friendships are what this whole sport and culture is all about. By the way, I seriously hope you guys are enjoying the snowboarding epicness happening in the background. I love snowboarding videos. I will sometimes watch them to get me pumped up just to go train parkour or to go work out. Action sports are always lit, and parkour, you can't just watch your own videos. It helps if you guys watch other disciplines. I'm guaranteeing you it will give you more ideas and just help you expand your own movement, your own creativity, and your own culture. Anyhow, speaking about those community bonds and friendships and progression and expansion, this last video shows the boys from Air Whip coming out to a winter jam at Moose Gym. Now, typically I don't like to see gyms that are color-coded for what seems to be 5-year-olds, and I usually get turned away from those sort of gyms because I spent so much time training in a gymnastics gym where everything was soft and it really didn't help me progress the way I wanted to. However, this video you're about to see. Honestly, this video started out a little slow for me, but like most good things, it took its time to build into epicness. I think I was skeptical to liking the video because of the awful dubstep track used, but just watch the video on mute and you're gonna have a great jam video. About 1.5 minutes is when I got sucked in and I could not stop staring at the screen. The lines and tricks were just so clean and looked like so much fun. Like I said before, I typically don't like gyms that look like they cater to 5-year-olds but the Lads Made Moose look like a must-visit gym if you are ever in the area. I seriously hope though that the next time they pick better music. This week's archive video goes to none other than Dylan Baker. Dylan was an absolute tech god, and I'm sure he still is. I'm not entirely sure what he's up to nowadays, as he's pretty low-key on social media. The only times you ever really see him is when other people film him. He kind of has that Danielle Elbaka type vibe to him. I don't know, maybe Brandon Douglas knows a little bit more about what Dylan's been up to in recent history, but I'm sure Dylan will pop back up sooner or later, and he's gonna be doing something super epic and super cool. On to community news. So last week I got a request from Nathan to talk a little bit about the FIG situation, so I've been doing a bit of research and kind of getting my head back into that whole can of worms. And I did find out some information just by going to the FIG website and reading their updates. I did not have the time to memorize all of that stuff, so I wrote down the important keynotes. So I'm gonna just read a couple of those to you. So if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm sorry, big deal, but you're about to get the news. So quick update, David Bell has actually stepped back from the position of commission president, and he's being succeeded by a man named Charles Pierre. He's also one of the original founders of parkour, so he was a part of that group back in the day. That's pretty cool. I don't actually know too much about Charles, so like I said, this is opening up a can of worms for me as well, so I'm gonna slowly start digging back into this information. Next, and by the way, if I'm mispronouncing names, I am sorry. All right, I really do apologize. I only speak one language. It is English. I didn't learn French, I didn't learn Spanish. I don't have accents, so just bear with me, please. Michela Puno Pug from Argentina has joined on replacing Camille Tobiasi and Alexandra Shevchenko as the new athlete representatives. So if I'm butchering these names, I'll put the link in the bottom. You can read all this information on your own. You can probably pronounce names better than me. Sorry about that, battery died. Like I was saying, Sasha, you might have known her. At one point I believe she was dating Pasha. I confirm or deny, I'm not sure. I believe that was the case, but she was an athlete representative for the organization. She has now stepped down. I do not know why, but there are new people in the position. The new parkour sports manager is a man, Jacob Kossalz. Once again, I am butchering names. Additional members, we went over that. All right, so check this out. On March 14th, 8 judges were officially trained at the FIG's headquarters in Luasani. So basically what's going on is FIG is training their judges for the event, which I am actually not that opposed to. I don't really want to state my opinion on the whole FIG matter right now because I just don't have enough information to have a truly objective opinion. I do, however, think it's cool that no matter who does what, an organization is preparing its judges to be able to judge along the same criteria and basically speak the same language, because I've been around a ton of competitions, I've hosted a ton of competitions, and watching style get judged has always been like sometimes you're questioning, how is this person getting the score, or does the judge even know what they're truly doing? I've had a conversation with Bob Reese actually, and this is something I want to ask you guys because I am curious. We were talking about opposite side twisting. So Bob was in the opinion that opposite side twisting should be scored higher than regular side twisting. And personally, I completely agree with that. I came from skateboarding before I came into parkour, and you definitely received more points if you performed your tricks switch. So that means if you typically rode regular and you switched up and you started riding goofy and did your tricks, you were going to receive higher points. If you naturally twist to your left and that's your dominant side and that's the side that's more comfortable, and you went out of the way and taught yourself to twist to the right, I think you should be rewarded for that. So it's cool to see that the organization right now is taking the time to have these conversations with their judges and to make sure that all of the judges are on the same page and speaking the same language when it comes to the standard. And the way they're doing this is they're showing footage from last year's competitions and they're reviewing that so that they get a better sense of what athletes are capable of, because that's also been another issue where what if the first person that goes does a double front flip and you're like, whoa, that was amazing, and you give them a score of a 10, and now the person that comes after them comes and does a triple front flip. Not saying a triple front flip's ever gonna happen outside on ground, who knows, it might, but if it does happen, you just gave the double front flip a 10. A 10's as high as it can go. So if you're a judge and you understand, okay, double fulls are no longer an uncommon trick, a lot of people can throw double fulls, you're not gonna so quickly throw out a high score for a double full. You will instead be a little bit more reserved with your points until you see something new. But that requires that you know what is already out there. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't know about everything else they're doing. So I'm not sure why my camera keeps turning off, but it's all good. We're at the end. That was all of the community news. Like I said, I still personally need to do a ton more research in the FIG department, so I probably won't be talking about that again for a while until I feel comfortable enough to have had time to digest the information and really work with it and work through it and know what's what. If you enjoyed today's episode, do me a favor and please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, tell me if you guys appreciated that little story I shared at the beginning. If any of it resonated with you, that would be really cool to hear that you got something out of that story. I'm interested to know how you guys feel about judging tricks when it comes to doing switch or just doing your opposite side twisting. Do you believe that should score a little bit higher in competition? And tell me who you would love to see me feature next on this show. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Go out and train, stay safe, progress, all that good stuff. Love you. I'm peacing out. I got work to do.